Alright, this is what I want to start off at.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about some of the things that happened in my life, how I got to where I am. And there's some stuff that I never have revealed. And I'm not boasting in evil, but it's not going to sound good. But this is what I'm about to say first. And I don't even know how to get to where I'm going with this. Okay, I'm going to start with this. Galatians 5 and 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And see, all this stuff been from the beginning. And I'm going to show you this. And I'm going to go with this to this verse right here. This is 2 Timothy 1 and 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Okay, and I'm going to start off here. Abraham. And the mercy and grace of God is there too. And all of this stuff is revealed in what I'm about to say. And this is the Old Testament. Abraham lied. Yeah, God still counted him as righteous, even in his lies. And God protected him. And then we could go to Romans 8 and 28. And we know that all things work together for them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Okay, so first I'm going to read here where Abraham lied. And I'm not condemning nobody. I'm just showing you, see, the Old Testament, you're supposed to see where man erred at, and the grace and mercy of God still found man. Because it's showing you a lot of errors that man made in the Old Testament. Okay, now I'm going to go right here. This is Genesis 20. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur and sojourned into Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah, his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, behold, thou art a dead man for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. Okay, I'm going to read that again. This is Genesis 20 and 2. And Abraham said of Sarah, his wife, she is my sister. So we can't cover it up. No way, he lied. Okay. Now I'm going to go on down and I'm going to read, this is 20 and 4. But Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, Lord, without slay also a righteous man, said he not unto me, she is my sister. And she even herself said, he is my brother. Okay, and see, sin tries to pull other people in it. Are you seeing? It's just the beginning. You seeing how sin does, and sin is still the same way. Sin gets you, and it gets you and pulls you into it. And then it also tries to pull others into it. And when I think about that, I think about Solomon. Think about the women, all those wives he had that God told him about. And they were living in sin, worshiping false God. And God told him there was going to be a snare to him. And guess what? Sin pulled him into doing the same thing. See, that's what sin want to do. Sin want to use somebody else to get you to sin. Because what sin did, sin used Abraham to lie and entice and coerce Sarah into agreeing with the lie. So she lied too. By him sinning, he caused her to sin. Okay? And now I'm going to go down and I'm going to read 9. This is 20 and 9. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, what hast thou done unto us, and what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet indeed she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. Okay, so is she his sister? Yeah, but it's a half truth. So it's still a lie. It's a half truth. A half truth is a lie. So we can try to cover it. Well, she is his wife. No, a half truth is a lie. So let me tell you that anybody don't disagree with it, I think you need to go ask God. A half truth is a lie. Okay? And why did he lie? See, the focus is not the lie. Remember 2 Timothy 1:7, for God have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. The spirit of fear. Fear is a sin. And God tells us not to fear. Isaiah 41:10 says, fear not, for I am with thee. Revelation 1:17 says, fear not, I am the first and I am the last. Okay? It tells you in Revelation also, I think that's in chapter 20 or somewhere. I'm not going to go there right now, but it says the fearful, they're going to be cast into the lake of fire too. The only thing you fear is God. But God had mercy and grace there, right? And God even stopped anything before it happened. And see, that's when we go back to Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. And Abraham was counted a righteous man, and he really loved God. But he feared for his life. So in the fear that he had for his life, he told a half truth, and that was a lie. And then I'm going to go right here. And this is it happened before that. This is Genesis 12. Okay? So this is Genesis 12, and I'm going to start at 12. Okay, therefore it shall come to pass when the Egyptians shall see thee. I'm going to start at 11. Okay, and it came to pass when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarah his wife, behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass when the Egyptians shall see thee, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Okay, so he told her to say that. Okay, and if it's not fear working, we want to say, oh, well, she is his sister. Why doesn't he just say it's my wife? Because he said that he afraid that they're going to kill him. Okay, so you want to tell this part, and then on the back end, he came back, and that was in chapter 20 with Abimelech, and said, well, she is my sister, to justify himself. But he also told the truth and said they might kill me. But this is where he did it the first time. Okay, and then the Lord plagued Pharaoh. And see where fear is working? That's why a little leaven leavened the whole lump. Fear brought in lies. Because he was afraid for his life, it caused him to lie. And then what else happened? And what happened to Isaac? Isaac did the same thing. And we could go here to Genesis 26, and I'm going to go to 7. I'm going to go to 6. I'm going to go to 7. Okay, I'm going to go to 6. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar, and the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister. For he feared to say she is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah. Okay, so you see what's happening again, but God worked it out for him, because Romans 8:28, and the word of God is always true, and it's from the beginning. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. Okay, so even in the fear that caused him to lie, a little leaven leavened the whole lump. And the word of God says in Romans, I think that's 1:29, and being filled with all unrighteousness. One thing brings in another and another. But see, God interceded and stopped it before this went any further. And that's where you go back to Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. Now I'm going to give you another situation. And this is Judges. And this is with Samson. And what did Samson do? Samson continuously lied to Delilah. And see, it cost him his life, really. Yeah, it cost him his life, because he could have just been real from the jump and said, look, I'm not telling you where I get my strength from. But the lust he had for the woman caused him to lie, because he wanted to please her, or and the lust caused him to go into trying to deceive her instead of just being real. He could have just said, hey, I'm not telling you where I get my strength from, and just opening up the conversation. That's why you can't be with all this little secret sitting stuff, because his spirit's working behind it with all this deception. He could have just came and said, why you continuously keep asking me where I get my strength from? Why is that so important to you? Like, you know, and I know, and see, that's denying the truth. See, it's a lot behind this stuff, and it's denying the truth, because he had to have some type of sensing within himself. She keeps pressuring him about where he's getting his strength from, and he had to be within himself like, why she keep asking me this? Something not right about this, something not right about this. And he knew something not right about it. That's why he went into lying about it. Just honestly, you can see that he knows something not right about it. That's why he went into lying about it. But his desire to keep the woman around, and he's hiding stuff in his heart and not just being open like, hey, I don't know why you keep asking me about where I get my strength from. That's between me and God. Either you accept this or you don't. But I'm not telling you where I get my strength from. That's not, you know, I don't even see why that's so important to you. And why do you keep want to tie me up like it's blinded by lust, really? But I'm going to go here and I'm going to read this right here with Samson and Delilah. Okay. Okay. And Delilah said, I'm starting at 16:6. And they agreed with her for 1,100 pieces of silver. Okay, and Delilah said to him, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, if thou bind me with 7 green withs that were dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. And then the lords of the Philistine brought up to her 7 green withs which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. Within all of this stuff going on, you know, maybe I'm going to say really every detail of it's not here. That's just the truth. Every detail, because we don't know how long exactly this period of time was that this happened. But he tells her these 7 green withs, and she goes and gets them, and they just pop up. And now you're tying me with this. You just asked me, and now you've even tried to do it to like destroy my strength. He had to, in his mind, at least had to be, she just tried to destroy me. Or just like destroy my strength. He had to think about it, but then the lust for the woman, he just blocks the thought out. Well, I ain't even gonna worry about it. He just keeps staying with her. And that's denying the truth, and that's what a lot of people are. They don't wanna accept the truth. He really has desire for this woman, and he don't want to destroy what he has with this woman, so he denies the truth that she's trying to destroy him. Okay, and what this says in 7, okay, now this is 8. Then the Lord of the Philistine, okay, we're gonna go to 10 now. And Delilah said unto him, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. So she accused him of lying. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Okay, now he tells her new ropes that were never occupied. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith, and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee. Okay, now she said this, and she said this the first time. She keeps like doing this to him. And you telling me he's not thinking, because the first time when she did it with the 7 green whips, she said the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. Now she says the Philistines are upon you. And these are his true enemies. And he's still staying with her. He's this blind. No, he's not blind. He's denying the truth. See, this is what you call denying the truth. Because within himself, with this going on, he knows, he has to know truly. And God is speaking to him. She has betrayed you.
Okay, Kevin. Chico.
And he just keeps on going. Okay, this is 16 and 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with web, Okay. And she fastened it with the pin and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. Okay, and he wake and he broke this again. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death. She's pressuring him and pressuring him and pressuring him. And within all of this pressuring him, and he's constantly lying to her, because he doesn't want to reveal this to her, but he's denying the truth about something isn't right about this because of his own desire of the flesh. That he told her all his heart, there hath not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me. And then after he did that, then she told him, then she bound him, and hey, it was over with. And then he ended up getting, taken by the Philistines. They put out his eyes, and see, all of that, the lust that he had for the woman caused him to deny the truth. It caused him to lie, and look how much it caused him, even though God worked it out for his purpose. Yeah, God still worked it out for his purpose, and God still answered him at the end, and God still glorified himself, because he killed more Philistines upon his death than he did, in his slaying of all of them that he slayed just within his living his life. But truly, my thought, and this is just what I believe, I don't believe he didn't have to go through that. No, he didn't have to go through that. God found that situation to take occasion against the Philistines, but sin was in the midst, and the mercy and grace of God was there, because he continued and continued and continued in the lie. But you see what it caused him in the end, even though he slew all these Philistines. But guess what? Affliction he brought upon himself by denying the truth. And he didn't have to do that. Okay? And it says right there, so the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life. And so I'm just saying, do you see that? And the mercy and the grace of God is already there, and all things going to work together. But a little leaven is the whole lump. You let in one thing, you let in other things, and it just keeps growing. And then you begin to rest in sin, and it's just evil working behind the scenes within all of it.